I'm excited. I say that about every face. I'm really looking forward to making this piece over. I have some plans for it. It's painted in brown to make it look like wood. So yeah, I'm gonna be sanding back the whole thing. I have some plans for it that I turned the camera off and all inspiration for this piece went out the window the minute I began sanding it. And it has been sitting finished, like sanded, for weeks. Probably most of the summer. I think I did this early on in the summer and I forced myself to finish it by putting a clip of it in last week's video. So here we are. I have a week to finish it, edit the video and upload it for you. I have been watching Debi's design diary, feeling very inspired by her videos, and I'm going to be using DIY paint, which means I don't know how this is going to go, but I've chosen some colors and I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to take you guys along for the ride, so buckle up, here we go. And I'm doing this, FYI, because of how not fun the prep was on this beast. Debi's paint is highly pigmented, and so you want a water bottle. I have my vintage tonality brush. I'm going to be using White Swan as a base coat. And so her paint is really pigmented, so you don't need a lot of it. You just need a little on your brush and then a lot of water, and it goes very far. I am putting down a base coat of Bohemian Blue. I'm just getting a little on my brush and I am just going where the blue takes me. And I'm really liking how the Bohemian Blue blends in with the white base coat, giving it depth, and I'm really enjoying what that looks like. As you can see, I'm using lots of water, which makes the paint spread further. And you can usually tell because the paint starts to get really hard to move around, and then you just want to grab your water bottle, give it a spray, and then it will move around a lot easier again. I want texture and I want my strokes to be every which way. I'm using Farm Fresh, which is a lighter green. And first of all, I'm blending it into the Bohemian Blue to get a mix between, because I'm going to do a third layer where it's white of just the Farm Fresh. So right now I'm just doing a transition third, if you will, of the Bohemian and Farm Fresh, and then now I'm just doing the Farm Fresh on its own. This piece actually ended up reminding me of a stormy sea, a really beautiful stormy day over Newcastle Beach, which is near where I used to live in Australia. We'd sit on the beach on a stormy day and we'd look out over the beach, and the water would look this green grey colour, and then the sky with the grey clouds. It was just beautiful, and I really enjoyed doing this piece. So because it's clay and chalk base, it dries out. It dries a lot lighter than when it goes on. But once you put a finish on top of that, whether it's a top coat or wax, it all comes together. It brings the color back up again, and you see what you saw when the paint was wet. So just in case anybody's freaking out. So I'm fussing with it, but I feel like that's okay. So I'm like wetting it all back just to see what it's gonna look like when I put wax on it, and fixing any areas that I feel like need fixing. I've let the piece dry for 24 hours, and I'm come back in now, and I am putting a layer of clear wax. I didn't have any DIY wax, but I have my Dixie Belle Best Dang Wax in clear. I'm going in circles, and I'm also going in with horizontal and sometimes vertical, stroke. Just getting the wax in all the places. And I'm really liking the effect that it's having on the paint. It's giving it sort of again, that storm feel. So there's circles and swirls, and yeah, I'm just really enjoying it. I'm taking a clean microfiber cloth, and I'm buffing any excess wax off the piece after letting it sit there for about 15 minutes. I literally just finished seconds ago waxing the piece. It still needs to dry, the wax on top, and then I'm also going to give it a second wax. I love DIY paint. It is a great paint to work with. If it dries very similar to what is showing now, I'm really happy with it. I got a message from home this week that somebody who has been in my life for over 30 years passed away, and I'm sad for lots of reasons, the obvious reasons. That's a long time to have someone in your life and then they're not being in your life, and I'm also sad for the family that she left behind. So this piece, right, it's quite deep greens and the lighter greens, and the blending and the doesn't make sense necessarily, and the paint is not smooth, it's jagged. You can see brush strokes and lines, and on the top it's like a brown grey. It's super reflective of what's going on inside of my heart right now. Anyway, sorry guys, but not sorry either. Thanks for sticking with me this long. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you enjoy the afters. Take care guys.